Okay. Gotta do the yoga. I know, she's the sweetest, isn't she? Okay, close. Who's with us? Okay, Mom, you made it. Sorry about that. Go on. What would you prefer? Do you like it open? Do you like it closed? I like it closed, but I don't know if sometimes people feel weird with air flowage. I don't know. Change now, Amy. It's supposed to be Peru, have you seen the news lately? There's just some civil unrest, so you know how it goes. We'll see. I know. So stupid. Okay, friends, welcome. So happy you're all here. Thank you for coming. Just the only announcement really is, well, I guess I have a couple. I am teaching here Sundays, every Sunday now. So if you're not aware of that, I'll be here Sunday at 10 a.m. And this Sunday is New Year's, but I'll still be here. So hope to see you. And then my once per month frequency class, it's breath work and sound, is next Saturday. So Saturday, 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. That's $25. It's not by donation. It's through the local co-op. So if you're not aware, this building is the local co-op, and then the group of instructors, including myself, that rent out this space, that sublet the space, is Mosaic Yoga. So Mosaic Yoga has all the yoga classes, and then the local co-op has a few of their own classes. And my frequency class is one of them. And all of their classes are a set price. So it's $25. There's already 20 people signed up. So if you want to sign up, I would do it ASAP. Yeah. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Looks like we have one more person coming in. Do we have a spot maybe? Perfect. That would be awesome. If you just scoochies a little bit. Hopefully they'll see. Okay. So let's just start in a comfortable seat. If you want, you can move your body a little bit. Is that Kelly? Hi, there's a spot for you right there. So I always like to kind of move around, get my wiggles out, maybe roll your shoulders or your head around. And then eventually find stillness. So seated meditation. Close your eyes, rest your hands maybe on your lap, or perhaps you want to bring your hands to your heart, or even one hand to heart space, one hand to belly. So take these first few moments to just be still, to go inside and notice how you are. So notice how you feel physically and also energetically and emotionally what's present for you today. Start to notice just the subtle rise and fall of your breath, expansion and contraction. See if you can notice any places where you're holding tension, where you're holding resistance, where you're tightening up, and just by noticing, maybe you soften a little more. Next time you inhale, very intentionally fill up as big as you can with breath. When you think you're full, maybe even take an extra little sip at the top. Open your mouth, big sigh, let it go. Good, couple more just like that. So great big inhale, fill up. Hold in fullness. Let that breath circulate around inside. Open your mouth, let it go, sigh it out. Very nice. One more time. So biggest inhale you've taken all morning long. Pause in fullness. Hold the breath and see if you can soften around your held breath. When you're ready, big sigh, let it go. Good. Drop into your ujjayi. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. See if you can start to create that whisper noise, that oceanic sound with your breath. And you can stay right here as long as you would like, just connecting to your own internal rhythm. As you feel ready to move, you're welcome to start from your seat, maybe just moving through your torso or your arms. But eventually, no rush, come forward to hands and knees and start to explore movement from there. So if you come to my class often, we always move intuitively in the beginning. So from hands and knees, there's about 1,000,000 ways to move. So just start feeling around, just getting really curious about what's going on inside your body. So cat-cows, hip circles. Maybe you just want to sit back into a child's pose, find a sense of grounding. Maybe you want to come forward towards a cobra or an up dog. So this is your own exploration of your body with your felt senses. So this isn't something you're thinking your way through. It's something you're feeling your way through from the inside. Notice whatever there is to notice, feel whatever there is to feel without judgment, but just observation. So how is your spine? How are your shoulders, your hips? And then bring awareness to your hands, your fingers, your forearms. Use your breath, use your awareness to feel into your inner space. Just notice what's there. Very nice, everybody. So give yourself about 3 to 5 more rounds. And then eventually we'll take it back to downward facing dog. So no rush whatsoever. As you're ready, you can start your own transition back to down dog. Good. And once you're back in your down dog, keep your exploration going. Keep moving around, feeling around. So in your downward facing dog, don't worry about getting your legs straight or your feet flat on the ground, but instead focus on the length from your fingertips all the way up to your sit bone. So if that means you bend your knees a lot, bend your knees a lot. Maybe you pedal out your heels or shift your weight from side to side. If you are not sure how far apart your hands and your feet should be in down dog, a good way to measure is to come forward to a plank pose, like you're gonna do a push-up, and then just lift your hips, press them back, down dog. You shouldn't have to move your hands or your feet very much at all, maybe an inch or so, if anything. So feel the length from fingertips, through your arms, through your side bodies, all the way up to your sit bones. So that connection to your center, if you come to my class often, I always talk about it. Imagine there's an invisible rope that's attached to your belly button and it's pulling up, it's tugging towards the top corner of the back wall. So it's like you're being lifted up. See if you can find some space in between your ears and your shoulders. So if you can't shake your head no really easily, then probably you want a little more space in your shoulders. Maybe you bring your hands out wider or focus on externally rotating your shoulders out away from your ears. So rather than locking out your elbows, keep a little micro bend in your elbows. Yeah. And then shoulders work their way out. Feel all that space there. Beautiful, my friends. Big, deep breaths. Take one more huge inhalation. And then as you exhale, look to the top of your space, however you want to get there, forward fold. Once you've arrived, just hang out in your fold for a moment. So you can take ragdoll if you want, grab opposite elbows, kind of bounce around. Maybe you bring your hands behind your head and interlace your fingers at the base of your skull, give the back of your neck some traction. Rather than rocking back into your heels and locking out your knees, see if you can keep your weight forward, so more so in your toes and the balls of your feet. You might have a big bend in your knees, that's fine. Focus on lifting your butt as high as you can, your sit bones towards the sky. Breathe into your back body, so really feel your breath expanding and contracting. Feel the space you're creating in your back body all the way down the backs of your legs. Couple more rounds. Next time you breathe in, halfway lift position. So find a nice long spine. Exhale, fold and bow. Let it go. Nice, Stacy. One more time like that. Halfway lift. So top of your head reaches forward, tops of thighs press back, sit bones broaden. Exhale, fold. And then this time come through your halfway lift and rise all the way to stand, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Flowing with your breath for just a moment. Inhale, high mountain, reach up. Swan dive down. So lead with your heart. You can bend your knees a little or a lot, then release and fold. Beautiful, nice Celeste. Breathe in, find your halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. See if you can lengthen through the back of your neck. So rather than gazing forward, gaze down. Exhale, fold and bow. Beautiful. From the press of your feet, lead with your heart, reverse swan dive all the way up. Arms to the sky, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. One more round just like that. Lots of awareness. Inhale, reach up and stretch. Swan dive down. Heart leads, traction out your spine and your side bodies. Then fold in. Breathe in, halfway lift position. How much length can you create? Exhale, let it go, refold. From the press of your feet, heart leads, rise up to stand. Arms to the sky, inhale. Hands to your heart center, exhale. Beautiful, inhale, take your arms up. And this time, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. So shoulder blades squeeze your spine. And if you want more, bend your elbows a lot. Press your palms together like they're suction cupped. Imagine your elbows are magnetized. Now imagine you're trying to pull just your fingers apart, but they're super glued together. So you should feel what's called muscle energy in your arms. Keep that and start to reach your hands back away from your body. Maybe add a little back bend. So lift your heart up, press your hips forward, but hug in with your inner thighs. Take one more huge inhalation. Beautiful. Keep your clasp. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Swan dive down. So your heart leads all the way down into your fold. Relax your neck. Let your head hang. See if you can be in your fold with your fingers interlaced for about 2 or 3 more rounds. If you're pressing your palms together and that's too much, you can let that part go. See if you can lift your knuckles higher, maybe even reach them forward. So work that opening in the front of your shoulders. Might be helpful to bend your knees more or even widen your stance a bit. Lift your sit bones, relax your neck. Take one more big in-breath. Beautiful, friends. Exhale, hands to your low back. Then release your clasp, let your arms hang down. And give them a little shake out if you want, or shake your head a bit. With your next inhale, halfway lift position. So find that nice long spine, realign. Beautiful. Exhale, fold. This time plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat, plank position. So shoulders over wrists, hips level with your shoulders. Take a moment and really find your strength. So push the ground away. See if you can draw your belly button in and up. Feel your breath in your back body. Take little tiny rocks forward and back, like an inch or so of movement. So it's like you're sawing through wood or cutting through a loaf of bread with your body. Yeah. Beautiful, nice work. If you want to come to your knees to modify, feel free to do so. One more inhale and find that little rock forward. So you're on your tippy toes. Keep that as you lower halfway. Exhale, chaturanga, hold. Good, inhale, push back up, high plank. One more like that. Exhale, halfway down. So little rock forward, lower halfway, hold until you're empty. Inhale, push back up. Yes, this time exhale, slow as you can go, all the way down to your belly. Nice work. Spider-Man Cobra, bring your hands out wide, lift to your fingertips, elbows face the sky. Inhale, lift your heart, tone your low belly. Exhale, twist to your right and dip your left shoulder down. Hands out nice and wide. It'll give your shoulders space. Inhale, back to the center. Lift your heart. Exhale, other side, twist. Yeah, good. Inhale, back through center. Go once more each direction with your own breath. At your own pace. Feel your front body, back body, side bodies, lower body. Eventually, an inhale will bring you back to center. It might feel nice to hold there a little longer. However you want to make your transition back to down dog, go for it. Take your time, no rush. Once you're back in your dog pose, you've got about 5 rounds of breath. So feel free to move and explore if you want, or just find stillness through your outer body. Feel all the little tiny movements inside, all the little micro adjustments you can make to be more efficient in your body. So if it feels like all of your weight is coming down into your hands, how can you shift that? How can you engage more through your shoulders? How can you use the strength in your core? If it feels like you're rounding your spine, how can you adjust? Maybe bend your knees a lot and then see if you can lengthen a little more. So approach down dog every time as if it's the first time you've been in this posture. What can you discover? How can you adjust to get more out of it? You guys look really good. Nice poses, good adjustments. One more big inhale. And then as you exhale, look to the top of your space, step, tiptoe, or float, forward fold. Halfway lift with your inhalation. Exhale, bow, fold. Root through your feet, heart leads all the way to stand, arms to the sky, breathe in, full body stretch. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, inhale, take your arms up. And same as before, hands behind your back, interlace. So start to work that opening in the front of your shoulders. And then as you're ready, this feels awkward, you're gonna sit back into a chair pose with your fingers interlaced behind your back. So weight is in your heels. See if you can even pick up your toes and spread them apart. As you sit low, your heart stays open, but you stay connected to your center. So feel navel to spine. Yeah. Take one more big deep breath. End of your exhale, forward fold. Keep your hands clasped. Keep your hands clasped. Breathe into your halfway lift. So see if you can really feel your back muscles hug around your spine as you lengthen. Yes, beautiful. Exhale, fold. Take one more inhale. See if you can lift your knuckles a little higher, possibly forward. Exhale, hands to low back. Release your clasp. You can let your arms hang. Give them a little shake. As you are ready, plank position. So pause in your plank. Come down to your forearms, forearm plank. See if you can really find a connection to your center, navel to spine. Feel the strength in your arms and your shoulders. From here, keep both forearms on the ground, but just roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot. Left foot stacks on top of right. So your feet are stacked one on top of the other. You're doing a little twist. You should feel this in your right side obliques. Both forearms are still on the ground. Yeah, good. Take one more round here. And then come back through center, switch it up. So roll onto the baby toe edge of your left foot. Stack your right foot on top of left, or if you want, your feet can be staggered. Press through your forearms. Feel that strength in your left side abdominals. Keep pushing down through both forearms. So it's like you're pushing the ground away. Keep breathing. Take one more round. Good. Come back to center and then press back up onto your hands. High plank position. Nice work. Inhale at the top. Come to your knees if you'd like. Exhale, slowly lower down, chaturanga. Nice, James. Inhale, back bend of your choice. So lift your heart. You can take an extra breath or two if you want. Downward facing dog, however you want to get there. All right, Ujjayi breath. Inhale, take your right leg to the sky. So for this one, keep your hips square, your inner thighs face each other. Press down and forward through your fingertips, up and back with your right foot. Make your right leg as powerful and strong as you possibly can. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, right knee to your nose. So round your spine, hollow out your belly. Stay here as you breathe in, push the ground away. And then exhale, softly step through low lunge. Rise up as you are ready, crescent lunge. So front knee over front ankle, high on the ball of your back foot, or if you want to modify back knee, can always stay on the ground. Energetically pull front hip back, back hip forward. So that's your stability, hug towards midline. And then your upper body is your own unique expression. So feel into it, lift through your heart, reach through your fingertips, maybe even a little gaze up. Yeah, beautiful. Nice, Lisa. Take one more big inhale here. As you exhale, bring your hands to your front thigh and lean forward just a bit. So inner thighs hug in, press down into your right foot a lot, and then float your back foot off the ground. Keep your hips square, back leg strong and powerful. You can stay right here with your hands pressing into your front thigh, or if you'd like, add some arms. So maybe warrior 3 arms, reach forward, maybe prayer hands, or maybe even reach back. Make it your own. Take one more round, your fullest expression. Nice, Christine. Good, Laura. End of your exhalation, back to crescent. See if you can land softly. Arms reach up. Breathe in. Beautiful. Exhale, hands to the ground. Now listen here. Back knee comes down and take your right leg back. You're in a 3-legged tabletop. From here, pivot on your left knee. So left foot comes to the outside of your mat. Right arm to the sky. Open up into a modified side plank. Perfect. You can keep your right foot lifted, make your right leg really strong and powerful, or if you want, you can modify by setting your right foot down at any time. Take your right arm forward towards the front of the room, so bicep next to your ear. Lengthen through your right side. Yeah, perfect place to stay, or final option, bend your right knee, reach back, grab hold of your right foot. Once you've got it, start to work the pose with gentle leverage. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Rather than kicking your foot up, try to kick your foot back and rotate your heart to look up. Press your hips gently forward. Beautiful, nice, Jason. Take one more round. See if you can spread your right toes even as you hold your foot in your hand. End of your exhale, slowly release, hands and knees, tabletop position. From your tabletop, left leg out to the left, and then take a few rocks forward and back. You can keep your back toes tucked under, or you can untuck them. This might be really big for some people and a little smaller for others. So just feel into it. And eventually come back to neutral. So your right hip is stacked over your right knee. Your left heel is straight out from your left hip and your toes face forward. Reach your right arm out to the right, all the way up to the sky. Great big in-breath. As you exhale, thread your right arm through. So reach, 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 come down to rest outside of your shoulder, outside of your head. You can take this wherever you want. If it is available to grab your big toe with your right peace fingers, go for it. Try not to strain just to get that bind. So feel into what feels most beneficial or skillful for you. Go there, be there, breathe there. Soft through your face, through your jaw. Imagine you can soften through your outer shell. What does that feel like? Take a couple more rounds. Nice poses, you guys. If you do happen to have your left hand lifted, slowly return your left palm back to the ground. Next time you inhale, unthread your right arm, reach it up one more time as high as you can. Good, and then exhale, right hand down. Pick up your left foot, swing your left tiptoes off the right side of your yoga mat. Start with your hips, pull your hips to the left towards the windows, gaze back over your right shoulder. So I sometimes like to peekaboo underneath my right armpit, push the ground away. You can feel into it, rock a little forward, rock a little back, arch, round, whatever feels best in your body. Create space on your left side, one more round. Good job. End of your exhale, back to tabletop. And then back to downward facing dog. Walk it out in your down dog, or if you'd like, you're welcome to move through a quick vinyasa on your own. All right, inhale your left leg to the sky. Hips square, inner thighs face each other. Very nice, good, Laura. So as you press forward and down through your hands, press up and back with your left foot. If I came over and tried to press your left leg down, it wouldn't even move. It's so strong, it's so powerful. See if you can feel your breath. Breathe all the way up into your left toes. Take one more inhale. Exhale, left knee to your nose. So round your back, shoulders over wrists. Stay here as you breathe in, push the ground away. You should be on your back, tippy, tippy toes. And then exhale, step through softly, low lunge. Good job. Crescent as you're ready. Rise up, settle in. Beautiful, nice, Brandon. So front hip pulls back hip pulls forward. You're plugging the femur bones into the hip sockets. So your legs are your strong foundation. Upper body, your unique expression. Feel into it, breathe into it. So feel the aliveness of your pose, the rise and fall, the expansion and contraction. You're still on the outside, but inside there's a lot of movement. Take one more big inhalation. Maybe you reach a tiny bit higher, gaze up. Exhale, hands to your front thigh, lean forward a bit. Press into your front thigh and pull your belly button in and up. It's almost like you're rounding your low back or puffing up through your low back. As you're ready, root into your front foot, lean forward, back leg floats off the ground, warrior 3 variation. So back foot is strong, like you're stomping it onto the back wall. Stay where you're at, or option for some arms. Yeah, reach forward, reach out to the sides, cactus arms. Good, nice work. Take one more round, your fullest expression on this side. End of your exhale, soft as possible. Come back to crescent. Arms reach up, breathe in. Exhale, hands come down. Set your back knee down. And then take your left leg back. You're in a 3-legged tabletop. From here, modified side plank. So pivot on your right knee and open up towards the windows, left arm to the sky. Good. You can set your left foot down if you'd like at any point. Otherwise, left leg is strong and powerful. Maybe take your left arm forward towards me, bicep next to your ear. Lengthen. Yes, nice, Tracy. Stay here. Or final option, bend your left knee, reach back, grab hold of your left foot. Once you've got it, gentle leverage, work your pose. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Again, rather than kicking your foot up, which I know is easier, try to kick your foot straight back, press your hips forward, and then let your heart look up. Take one more round, full body breath. End of your exhale, unwind or let it go. Come back to hands and knees. Let's take our right leg straight out to the right. Same as we did on the other side, couple times, forward and back. As deep or as shallow as feels right to you. And then let's find neutral. So left hip stacks over left knee. Right heel is straight out from your right hip, toes face forward. Left arm out to the left, reach all the way up, breathe in here. And then as you exhale, thread your left arm through. So reach as far as you can, then come down to rest. Outside of your shoulder, outside of your head, very gently. Take it wherever you'd like on this side. Big spacious breaths, especially back body breaths. So if I were to put my hands on your back, I'd be able to tell, are you inhaling or are you exhaling? Are you expanding or are you contracting? See if you can feel your breath all the way down in your low back. Soften your face, unclench your jaw, loosen up through your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyelids. Good job, everybody. Last couple rounds. If you do happen to have your right hand lifted, slowly return your right palm to the ground. And then next time you breathe in, unthread your left arm, reach it all the way up to the sky, open up, gaze up. Exhale, set your left hand down. Pick up your right foot. Swing your right toes all the way over so they come out the left side of your mat. Pull your hips to the right as you gaze back over your left shoulder. So see if you can use your entire right side to look back at your toes, not just your head and your eyeballs. Good. Maybe a little rock forward or back or a little rounding or arching. Take one more big breath. Nice bow and then come back, tabletop, hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Good job, you guys. Take a great big inhale into your down dog. And then exhale, look to the top of your space, step or hop, forward fold. Halfway lift position, breathe in, lengthen out. Exhale, bow, let it go. Root through your feet, take it all the way to stand. Arms reach up, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, inhale, arms to the sky. Pause right here, root down into your right foot, float your left knee up, standing stack. So find your balance, hug in with your inner thighs. Flex through your left toes, make your left toes very active. Find something to focus your gaze on, something that's not moving. Good, slow deep breaths. One more inhale. As you exhale, figure 4 with your legs. So outer left ankle, top of your right thigh. You can either sit back into a one-legged chair, you can take it into a forward fold, or if an arm balance is in your practice, you want to work on it or play with it here, feel free. So wherever you want to go with the standing hip opener, keep your left toes active and keep actively pressing your outer ankle onto the top of your thigh. Keep breathing, send your breath down into your hips. Good. Wherever you are at, be there fully. Feel whatever there is to feel, notice whatever there is to notice. Couple more rounds. Very nice, you guys. Let's slowly come back to standing staff. So if possible, stay balanced on your right foot. Lift your left knee, reach your arms up. Big inhale here. You can extend your left leg if you want. Now listen, as you exhale, you're gonna swing your left leg around, left tiptoes off the right side of your mat, hands to your heart, curtsy squat. So get low in your legs, bend both of your knees a lot. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward so hips are square. Take little tiny pulses. I know your legs are feeling it. Send your breath all the way down. Soft through your face. As low as you can go. Hold, take one more round. Inhale, high mountain, step back onto your mat. Reach up and stretch. Swan dive down, exhale. Ha. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat, plank. Pause in your plank pose. Side plank, Vashisthasana, right hand is your foundation. So roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot. If you want to modify, you know where to go. We've already been there. Right knee on the ground, no big deal. If your bottom knee is not on the ground, then lift your hips really high. Maybe reach your left arm forward, bicep next to your ear. Imagine you're trying to create an arch or a rainbow shape with your body. Option to float your left leg up. Beautiful, nice job, you guys. Take one more full round. See if you can soften through your outer shell. End of your exhale, plank or modified plank. Take an inhale at the top to prepare. Exhale all the way to your belly. From your belly, stay low, baby cobra. And then immediately we'll move into locust. So once you're in your baby cobra, float your hands up and reach them back. Float your feet up and reach them back. Rather than widening your legs, hug in. So like you're holding a yoga block in between your inner thighs. Nice bend. See if you can feel the strength, especially in your mid back. So for me, it helps if I bend my elbows and try to squeeze my elbows towards each other behind my back. Yes, awesome. Nice, Christine. Take one more huge inhale, lift, lift, lift. Good, Sophia. Exhale, let it go. Take about 3 to 5 rounds to find your way back to down dog. So anything you want to do in the meantime, any little poses, stretches, anything that your body is calling for. Once you're back in your down dog, reconnect to your ujjayi, powerful and strong. All right, downward facing dog if you're not there already. And next time you breathe in, right leg to the sky. This time, open up your hips. So bend your knee, reach your knee out to the right and then up. So try not to sink into your left shoulder. Rather than collapsing into your left shoulder, make this movement, make this opening come from your right hip. So you're literally stacking your right hip on top of left. Squeeze through your outer right butt cheek. Lift your right knee as high as you can. Yes, take one more big inhale. Nice, Val. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, or as close as you can come. Use your obliques. Good. Inhale, back up, 3-legged dog. You can open your hip if you want, scorpion your leg. Exhale, right knee, right armpit. Aim as high as you can. Option for a push-up if you want. Bend your elbows. Inhale, back up, 3-legged dog. Option to open your hip. And then last one. Exhale, knee to your nose, scoop out your belly, step through softly. All right, this time, warrior 2 stance. So pivot your back heel down. Nice, Kelly, cartwheel your arms up. So right toes face directly forward, left toes directly to the left. Wrap your front butt cheek underneath your body and feel your knee, your right knee, track towards your pinky toe rather than collapsing in. Good poses, you guys. Next time you breathe in, reverse your warrior. So front palm rotates up, reach up, lengthen, and then reach slightly back. You should feel strength in your left side abdominals. So not a back bend, but a side body stretch. Notice if it feels like your left hip is shooting forward towards the windows, pull it back. Notice if it feels like you're sinking into your low back, and draw your belly button towards your spine. Take one more big inhale, reach, reach, reach. As you exhale, come back through your warrior two. Now reach forward like you want to touch the front wall. Your legs stay the same. Reach as far as you possibly can. Then tip it over, side angle, right hand towards the ground, left arm towards the sky. Everything should be nice and open. Your hips, your heart, your shoulders. You can stay in side angle if you would like. Otherwise, balancing half moon is where we're going. Reach your right hand forward. You're welcome to use a block if you have one. Float your back foot off the ground. Back foot is powerful and strong, like you're stomping it onto the back wall. You can stay here, or if you want to move into the bound variation, Ardha Chandra Chapasana, go for it. Bend your left knee, reach back, grab hold of your left foot. Good paw. And then once you've got it, work the pose just like you did when you were on your hands and your knees. Kick foot into hand. Nice, Noemi. Pull your hand back into your foot. Let your heart open. One more full round wherever you are at your fullest expression. Now listen here. See if you can land in a warrior two stance. So as soft as possible. If it didn't happen softly, no big deal. Good job. All right, straighten out your front leg, parallel your feet, arms to the sky, inhale. Exhale, swan dive down, wide-legged forward fold, about 5 breaths, anywhere you would like to go. So you can hang out in one place, or you can move around and explore in any way you want. Make sure your breath is right there with you. So wherever you choose to be, just be there fully. Notice, feel, observe, and then respond to what you feel. Good, you guys. Take about 2 more rounds. Feel free to take a sigh out your mouth at any time if it would feel good. Ah. All right, next time you breathe in, come to a halfway lift position with your fingertips on the ground. So bend your knees if you need to. And then walk your hands to the top of your mat. Rotate your toes to face forward. Just like we did before, back knee comes down and then right leg extends back. You're in a 3-legged tabletop. So listen, from here, bend your right knee, heel towards your butt. Lift your left hand, reach your left hand back. Lift your heart, gaze forward. If it's available to you, grab hold of your right foot. Once you've got it, work that pose by kicking foot into hand, pulling hand back into foot. Nice bend. Hug in with your inner thighs. Heart lifts. Feel your breath all the way down in your belly. Good. One more full round. Awesome, Lisa. Soften your face, soften your outer shell. End of your exhale, spinal balance. So slowly release, left arm forward, right leg back. Strong line of energy. As you exhale, elbow to knee underneath you. So round and hollow out should feel relatively good. Curl in. Inhale, get long, strong, and powerful. One more time, elbow to knee, round and hollow out. Empty out. Good job. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, set everything down, tabletop position. Now listen, come down to your forearms. I promise you get a rest after this. So setting up for a dolphin pose. Grab opposite elbows if that's helpful. And then forearms either parallel, palms face down, fingers spread wide, or to modify, you can interlace your fingers. Tuck your toes under, lift your knees, lift your hips as high as you can. So see if you can walk your toes a little closer to your elbows, lift your hips even higher. Imagine that invisible rope, it's attached to your belly button. It's pulling straight up towards the ceiling. Stay where you are at or take your right leg to the sky. Strong through your right leg, active through your right foot. Push the ground away with your forearms. Hug in with your upper arms. Press your chest towards the back of the room. Take about 2 more rounds of breath in your dolphin pose. If you want to take some hops towards forearm stand, feel free. Soft face, soft outer shell. One last huge inhale. If you want, exhale out your mouth. Right foot down, knees down. Either child's pose, embryo pose, or hero's pose. So just rest for a moment. Give your shoulders a break. And just feel, notice, right side versus left side. Rise and fall of your breath. Really nice job, you guys. In your next couple of rounds, downward facing dog. All right, great big inhale into your down dog. Exhale, look to the top of your space, however you want to get there, forward fold. Once you've arrived, lift halfway and lengthen. Thanks, James. Exhale, bow and fold. Root through your feet, take it all the way to stand. Arms to the sky, big stretch. Hands to heart center, exhale. All right, inhale, arms reach up, high mountain. Root into your left foot this time. Right knee floats up as you're ready, standing staff. So find that connection to center, hug in towards midline. Flex your right toes, so really active through your right toes. Yes, one more inhale here. Exhale, figure 4 with your legs, and then you choose maybe a one-legged chair, maybe a forward fold, maybe a twist or an arm balance. So your own exploration of this standing hip opener. Keep that strong flexion through your toes. Keep actively pressing your outer ankle into the top of your thigh. It's like you're trying to cement them together. Send your breath all the way down into your hips. Good. Wherever you are at, breath is right there with you. If you fall in and out, awesome. That means you've met an edge. You're challenging yourself. That's a good thing. Good job, everyone. Take about 1 or 2 more rounds. Really nice. See if you can stay balanced on your left foot and slowly come back to your standing staff. Arms reach up, right knee lifts up. If you want, you can even extend your right leg forward. Take 1 more inhale, stand super tall. Exhale, curtsy squat. So articulate through your right hip. Bring your right toes off the left side of your mat, hands to heart center, get low. So try to square off your hips. Yeah, right hip forward, left hip back. Squeeze your inner thighs, take your little baby pulses up and down. So not a big movement, just an inch or so of movement. You're staying nice and low. Soft face, tone through your belly, navel to spine to lengthen and protect your low back. Get as low as you can in your legs and hold. 1 more breath. Inhale, high mountain, stretch it out, lengthen. Exhale, take your swan dive down. Good job. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, plank. Pause here. Vashisthasana, side plank. Left hand is your base this time. So roll onto the baby toe edge of your left foot. Or if you want to modify, you can bring your left knee down, no biggie. If your bottom knee is not on the ground, focus on lifting your hips really high. That'll help take weight out of your shoulder and your wrist. Maybe reach your right arm forward, bicep next to your ear. Yeah, lengthen your right side. Maybe even float your right leg up or find a leg variation of your choice. See if you can soften through your outer shell. So you're using so much strength. Find just a little bit of softness, little bit of sweetness. One more big breath. Good job. End of your exhale, plank or modified. Take an inhale at the top. Find your strength. Push the ground away. Exhale ever so slowly down to your belly through chaturanga. Baby cobra is where we'll start. And then again, locust pose. Lift your hands, reach them back. Lift your feet, reach them back. You can stay here, or this time if you want, here are your options. You can either interlace your fingers, use your knuckles, reaching back to lift your upper body even higher, or if you want a full floor bow, go for it. Bend both knees, reach back and grab your feet or your ankles, kick and pull. Everybody hug in with your inner thighs. So hugging in with your inner thighs will protect your low back. Then use the mobility in your mid and your upper back to lift your heart even higher. Breathe down into your belly. Good. Active through your feet. Take one more round. Fullest expression. Lift, lift, lift. Good work. And then let it go. You can rest for a moment. Might feel good to shimmy your hips side to side a little, or windshield wiper your shins. In your next 3 to 5 breaths, downward facing dog, wherever you want to go to transition. Good breathing, everybody. All right, from your dog pose, inhale, take your left leg to the sky. And then peel your left hip open, bend your left knee, reach it out and up. Nice, stay. So try not to sink into your right shoulder. I know it's tempting. See if you can feel this mobility in your left hip. So this opening is coming from your left hip joint. Squeeze through the back of your left knee like there's an invisible rolled up washcloth there and you're trying to wring it out. See if you can lift your left knee even higher as you push down through all 10 fingertips. Take one more inhale. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Use your obliques. Push the ground away. Good. Inhale, back up. 3-legged dog. You can scorpion your leg if you want. Left to left. Aim for your armpits. So as high as you can get. Add a push-up if you'd like. Nice work. Inhale, back up, 3-legged. And then last one, knee to your nose. So scoop out your belly, round your spine, then step through softly. Warrior 2 stance as you're ready. Rise. So left toes directly forward, right toes directly towards the right side of the room. Front heel either intersects your back arch or lines up with your back toes. Wrap your left butt cheek underneath you a lot so you feel your knee track towards your pinky toe. Next inhale, reverse your warrior. Front palm rotates up, reach up, lengthen, then reach back. Good. So this is a side body stretch, not a back bend. Feel the connection to your center, navel to spine. And then imagine you're trying to lift your left ribs further away from your left hip. Maybe bend into your front knee a tiny bit more. Take one more inhale, breathe into your left waistline, your left rib cage. Nice, Celeste. Exhale, come through your warrior 2, moving into side angle. So reach forward as far as you possibly can. Then just your arms change. Left hand towards the ground, right arm towards the sky. Everything stays very open. Good. So you can stay in your side angle, and there's a million ways to explore your side angle, or balancing half moon is where we're going. So grab, if you want, a block. Otherwise, reach your left fingertips forward. Nice, Brandon. Float your back leg up. Back leg really strong. So imagine you're karate kicking with your right leg, and it just got frozen in space. Everything open. Stay here, or final option if you want, bend your right knee, reach back and grab hold of your right foot. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Beautiful, James. Good, Ben. So wherever you are at, be there fully. Feel everything there is to feel. Take one more huge breath. Your back leg is extended. Maybe lift it higher. See if you can land back in your warrior two stance, soft as possible. Nice, Noemi. Good, you guys. All right, straighten out your front leg, parallel your feet. Take your arms to the sky. And this time, let's bring our hands behind our back, interlace our fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down, shoulder blades squeeze your spine. Maybe your hands reach back, maybe your heart lifts up. Huge inhale. Keep your clasp, hinge at your hips, slow dive down. So your butt sticks out behind you as you reach your heart forward, then let it go. We'll be here for about 5 rounds. You can keep your fingers interlaced that entire time, or if you want to let your clasp go at any point, that's fine too. Very nice. Make sure all of your toes are facing directly forward. If you're duck-footed at all, if your toes are out and your heels are in, then you're completely missing that stretch in your hamstrings. So toes face forward, or even very, very slightly pigeon toe your feet if it's helpful. Try to keep your weight not in your heels so much as the balls of your feet, pads of your toes. Lift your butt as high as you can. Big, deep breath. Soften where you can soften. Nice work, you guys. Last couple of breaths. If you do have your fingers interlaced still, end of your next exhale, hands to low back, then release your clasp. Everybody halfway lift, breathe in. So fingertips on the ground, bend your knees if needed, walk your hands to the top of your space, rotate your toes forward, bring your back knee down, and take your left leg back, three-legged tabletop. All right, moving into our half bow. Bend your left knee, heel towards your butt cheek. Lift your right hand, reach your right arm back, and lift your heart. So try to lift your heart, not just your head. If it's available, grab hold of your left foot. Once you've got it, kick and pull. Spread your toes, hug in with your inner thighs. Breathe all the way down into your belly. Nice work. Soften your face, unclench your jaw. Lift your heart a little higher. Take one more full round of breath. End of your exhale, spinal balance. So slowly release and extend. Right arm forward, left leg back. Strong line. Exhale, elbow to knee, curl in and round. Good, like you're moving through molasses. Inhale, re-extend, slow motion. Just one more like that. Exhale, elbow to knee, hollow out, empty out. Beautiful work. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. One more dolphin pose. Come down to your forearms. Set yourself up however you like. So grab opposite elbows if that helps. Interlace your fingers to modify. As you're ready, tuck your toes, lift your knees, lift your hips. Try not to let your elbows drift apart at all. So hug in with your upper arms, press down through the belly of your forearms. Walk your toes as close as you can to your elbows. Lift your hips as high as you can. Stay where you're at, or left leg to the sky. Good. Stay where you're at, or you can use your right leg as a little springboard to take some hops towards forearm stand, just if you want to play. You never have to arrive anywhere. It's just play. It's just an exploration. Take 2 more breaths. Press your chest towards the back of the room. Soften through your face. Good job. One last huge inhale. Maybe open mouth exhale. Left foot down, knees down, rest, child, embryo, or heroes. Good job, friends. Take a moment, feel whatever's flowing through. Slow and steady. Open mouth exhales at any time. Your next couple of rounds, downward facing dog. All right. Inhale, right leg to the sky. And exhale, pigeon pose, right shin to the top of your space. Gently set your body down. So if you are sticking with regular pigeon, right knee should be closer towards the outer right edge of your mat than midline. So make sure you're getting that external rotation in your right hip. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward, just like you would do in crescent lunge. So we're plugging the femur bones into the sockets. Keep pulling your right hip back as you take your heart forward and down. If you'd rather take this pose in a seat or on your back, that will serve you better. Always, it is your choice. Try to spread through your front toes. Once you're bowing forward, if you want to go deeper, you can scoot your back knee back a little bit further. It doesn't take much. Send your breath all the way down, low belly, low back, hips, pelvis. Notice, where do you tense up? Where do you resist when you're uncomfortable? And just by noticing, maybe something starts to soften, energy starts to flow. Good job, you guys. Take about 4 or 5 more rounds. If you want, last couple of breaths, side out your mouth. End of your next exhale, slowly start to lift your upper body. And you can follow me if you want. Otherwise, meet back in downward facing dog, however you want to get there. So if you want to come with me, plant your hands, tuck your back toes, 3-legged dog, right leg back and up, get a nice little shake out. And then if you would like, option to flip your dog, step your right foot down behind you, right arm lifts and reaches forward. If there were a mirror on this front wall, you want to look at yourself in that mirror, reach your heart forward. Yeah, take one more big breath. And then everybody, downward facing dog, walk it out. If you'd like, you can move through a vinyasa before we take the other side. So just in your own time, pigeon on the left side, no rush. Take just as much time, care, attention to set yourself up on this side. Really nice, you guys. Big, deep breaths as you settle in. If you want to go deeper once you're bowing forward, back knee can scoot back an inch or so. Try to spread through your front toes. So what that does, it locks all the little tendons and ligaments in place so you're not pulling on tendons and ligaments around your ankle or your knee. Or stretching the muscle in the outside of your hip. Don't hate me, but can you lift? So rather than sinking into this, you're like, I know, pull back. And you can bring your knee out wider if you can. Yeah, perfect. And just keep pulling that back. So use strength. Yeah, and then bow forward. Keep pulling, yep, just like that. Good job. Good. Nice job, friends. Take about 3 or 4 more rounds. Open mouth sigh at any time. I love a big inhale, open mouth exhale when I feel an overwhelm of sensation or energy, emotion. Sigh out your mouth, let it go. So even notice, where does your mind go when you're bored? Do you try to distract yourself with something more interesting? Or can you stay present? Can you stay in your body? Can you stay with your slow, deep breaths? And I'll leave it up to you. So just when you feel pretty much even on both sides, start one last transition back to either down dog or go for that 3-legged down dog. Give your leg a nice little shake out and maybe even flip your dog. If you do go for the back bend, couple big breaths, open through your front body, feel the strength in your back body. Eventually, everybody downward facing dog, and just walk it out. If you want to move through one final vinyasa, now is your time as well. Nice, Tracy. Awesome, Noemi. Good job. So downward facing dog, just feel into all the space, all the length you've created through your practice. Maybe you press your heels a little closer to the ground. Maybe you find a little more space in between your shoulders. Beautiful poses. Take one last round in down dog. End of your exhale, just gently set your knees down on the ground and find your way onto your back. You can face whichever direction you want. You can get there however you'd like. Come all the way down, and once you're there, draw your knees towards your belly and just take a little rock from side to side. After a few rocks, supine spinal twist of your choice. Let your legs fall to the right. So maybe both of your knees are bent. Maybe you extend one leg. Maybe you cross your legs. Maybe it's a windshield wiper variation. So as your legs go right, left arm either reaches out to the left or cactus with your left arm against the ground. Try to let your heart open, your shoulders and collarbones broaden. Feel your breath move all the way down into your belly. All the way to empty with every exhale. Just start to give more and more of your weight to the ground with each breath. Take one more on this side, one more big breath. And then slow transition to the other side. So take a moment as you come through center to neutralize. Maybe you take a little rock, maybe you give your knees a big squeeze, maybe you take a full body stretch. And then when you're ready, legs to the left. One of my favorite meditation teachers, he says, our minds don't wander, they just move towards what they find most interesting. So can you make this pose right here, right now, really interesting? Give your mind something to focus on. Make little adjustments that make a big difference. Explore breathing into tight spaces, spaces that feel dense or heavy. Send your breath there. When you feel pretty even on both sides, no rush, take your time. Eventually come back to center and find a happy baby pose. And in your happy baby, you can rock it out. You can extend one leg and then the other, even both at the same time, if that's available to you. So any little bits and pieces of movement, exploration, or play. And then if there are any other postures that your body is craving, move through those. Eventually start transitioning into your final relaxation. So take your time, no rush. So just a thought for you as you move into your Shavasana. It's by Cory Muscara, my favorite. He just says, you don't find your ground by looking for stability. You find your ground by relaxing into instability. So as your new year begins, I feel like it's kind of our nature to try to find something that feels stable and grounded. Rather than searching for stability from the outside, can you just relax into whatever is there, the instability that might be around you, and find your own sense of ground from the inside, your own sense of rootedness, your own center. It's available to you always. So these last few moments, let your breath just be effortless. Whatever's going on in your life outside, let that kind of fall away for now. Just feel into your own inner stability, your own inner sense of grounding, connection to you. And just allow yourself to rest. Be the wide open space for energy to flow through. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Start to wiggle through fingers and toes. Just bring gentle movement back into your body. As you're ready, roll to either side, fetal position. Take a couple breaths, just resting on your side body, really letting your practice just settle and absorb and integrate into your body. Staying as relaxed as possible, as connected to your center as possible. Use your arms to guide yourself up into seated meditation, facing towards the front of the room. So ending right where we began, sit up tall, close your eyes, gather your hands to your own heart, and bow your head to your own heart. Just acknowledge yourself for taking the time, making the effort to show up on your mat, to do your practice, connect with a deeper part of yourself. Thank you so much for letting me guide you. Namaste. All right, friends, thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, please always feel free to ask, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy New Year if I don't see you.